Hello, welcome to 8.9 News. I'm Finlo Costain. Today's headlines: winter mob grazing trials show substantial cost savings and a boost for nature. The G7 calls for an urgent extension of the Black Sea grain deal. And the Country Land and Business Association says that the Dartmoor grazing review should be just the beginning of Natural England's scrutiny. FAI Farms near Oxford uses adaptive multi-paddock grazing to manage their cattle, and they've been taking part in winter mob grazing trials with innovative farmers. Silas Hedley-Lawrence is the farm manager at FAI. I asked him why he took the decision to outwinter the cattle in the first place.
I guess there's a few elements to that. We, as being a research farm, I guess we wanted to kind of push the system and actually see where the limitations are, if there are any, especially being on kind of heavy clay on a floodplain. There's also the cost-saving benefits of having animals outside as opposed to inside in sheds through the winter. And also, there's amazing examples of it working on other farms across the world. So it's obviously it's working in other places as well for other people.
So what is it that you've actually done differently this year?
Every year we've done it, we've pushed it a bit harder, we've put more cows out, we've tried to scale it and again, just kind of see where the limitations are, albeit within the same area of our farm that kind of has lended itself naturally to be able to outwinter on, i.e. it's one of the only parts of the farm not on a floodplain.
And when we're talking about the area that you're using and the stock that you have, what sort of size are the cells and how many cattle are you having in there and how long are they there for?
So we do all the maths on this around, well, now kind of May, June, before we go into haymaking. It generally works out, we kind of do it in reverse. How many days grazing do we want on the entire block? And that gives us how many cells we need and therefore how big the cells are. And then we relay the pasture requirements of the cattle against how much pasture we think will be there come winter, and then fill the deficit with hay bales. So for us this year, that worked out to be 100 cows with calves in a half-hectare cell with 5 5-foot round bales. And that has given us, I think, 160 days worth of grazing.
160 days. And how has this affected the farm's profitability?
Well, we ran figures on the 2021 data we had, and I think the figures now would actually tell an even more positive story because of inflation with feed and fuel prices, etc. But we're about £1.04 for a cow and calf pair, and about 91 pence for a growing animal replacement heifer, and that's per head per day. So if you times it over a whole herd, say for example 100 head over 160, 180 day winter, you get huge cost savings when the AHDB average cost of housing is about £2.40 per head per day. So, we've slashed those down to more around that £1 a head per day mark. So, over a long period, it is a substantial saving.
And just finally, thinking about those hay bales, are they providing just food or are they providing bedding as well within the field itself?
There's the bedding element, the more cover above the ground, it's more insulated, it's much warmer than lying on, say, grazed grass or something a bit thinner than that nice dry hay that's stored well from when it was cut in the summer. It's got the seed benefit that's come up from our really species-rich, diverse floodplain meadows, as well as the feed, as you said. Hay is also carbon, it's fertilizer, it's helping our ecosystem processes keep moving in the winter when other things like photosynthesis aren't really happening in that time of year.
Well, that was Silas Hedley-Lawrence from FAI Farms. You can hear more from Silas in the latest Farmgate podcast, Outwintering Cattle. There's more about this and our other headline news on our website, 8.9.com. That's all for now. We're back on Wednesday. Thanks for watching.